Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's award-winning podcast, as voted by Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and listeners. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, listen back to all our previous episodes, sit back, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's episode. Hello and welcome back to Gardening with Ben. Well, it's Sunday's episode. That means the weekend is coming to a close. And if you're a normal 9 to 5 worker, that means your time in the garden could be ending unless you usually make time to get out there at night time after work, or maybe even before work if you're up and early with the birds. And I certainly am up and early with the birds these days. I've been getting up at about 6:30 now. I'm just waiting for it to get that bit lighter so that I can go down to the allotment at that time, because I usually find that such a good time to be down there when it's just getting light and the birds are out and it's still sometimes a bit misty. And especially in summer, I'll certainly be down there at that time in the morning, because usually I'm down there before the heat actually gets started and giving it all a good water in the morning. Because if you water at night, that is when the slugs come out from their sleeping. So they're nocturnal animals and they usually come out at night time, and that's when you'll mostly find them. So if you water at night, you're encouraging the slugs to come round and eat your vegetables. So it's a good time to water in the morning because the slugs won't be around as much. So yeah, there's a main little tip for you today. So as you know, I'm on night shift at the moment, so I won't be going to the allotment today. I may possibly go on Monday for an hour just to have a look and see if any of my seeds need watering, as it was a hot day on Sunday, so I'm guessing they might have dried out pretty much. So hopefully things will have got moving and seeds will be germinating, so they'll need watering even more once they all do start germinating and getting growing. It's just a shame I've not got a webcam down there so that I can just see what's happening and watch them grow as I'm at home on night shift. But yeah, hopefully we'll be back down at the allotment pretty much soon. And we've certainly had a good week down at the allotment. Wow, so much done, so much completed, so many jobs ticked off. And now I get to start my next list for next week. So as I'm on night shift, I often ponder while I'm sat here working away on all the jobs that I need to get done down at the allotment and what's going to get added to my list. And if you missed yesterday's podcast, we mentioned that we shared on Facebook all of April's jobs, what need doing. So if you're not following me on Facebook, check out Gardening and Allotment, not Gardening Allotments. Check out Gardening with Ben's Facebook page and you'll see my post yesterday to a website, which is my website, and you'll see all the jobs which need doing in April. Or you can listen back to it on this podcast channel, because we shared a podcast on the 1st of April, I think it was, all the allotment jobs that need doing. So I hope you've enjoyed all the podcasts this week. We've done quite a few. I think I only missed one day, but yeah, the figures seem to be a bit down on the listening this week. So whether it's because people are away for bank holiday, for school holidays, and getting ready for those Easter bank holidays as well. So whether people are away or not, or whether people are just switching off. Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll see people back again listening when they come back from the holidays. So what are we up to today? So when I wake up, we'll be hopefully going to the gym for a bit, because I've not been for a few days. So I'll be going to the gym, and then we'll be looking through all our packets of seeds. I've still got absolutely loads of packets of seeds left. It's unbelievable. I really should open up a shop, or even just sell them on my Facebook page. I'd make a fortune with the amount of seeds that I've got. So I need to go through all my seeds, because I'm going to be starting to look at what herb seeds to plant. I've planted all my vegetable seeds, all my flower seeds are planted, so next we're going on to the herbs. I've obviously left them till end because they're not as important as my vegetable and flowers. Yes, I do want herbs on the plot, but I wanted to get my main stuff planted first, and we're certainly going to be having a lot of different varieties of herbs. I didn't realise how many packets of herb seeds I've actually got. That's the thing we have in magazines on a monthly basis. You often get a couple of packets of herbs, and they tend to be different every single time. So I've got lots of different varieties of herbs. What I'm hopefully going to add to this new herb garden I'm going to grow. I just need to design the look of it really. I want it to look quite natural, rather than using like wooden stuff, which I usually use for like edging and stuff like that. I want to use all my bricks. I've got loads of bricks on my allotment, what I've saved up over the years and found. So I want to use like bricks and stone and stuff like that, just to make it a more authentic feel and an authentic look to it. So hopefully we'll start sharing progress pictures of that area, because once I get started on a task, there's no stopping me. And yeah, I've just got to get all the painting complete. That's my main job next. Finish off all the painting, finish off building the rest of the beds that need planting, and then we're going to create this absolutely stunning herb garden area. I say stunning, but like I always go on about my DIY, it's not the best. It's not brilliant DIY. So hopefully we'll be getting on with designing the look of it. I may put extra time and effort into actually building it, seeing as I'm saying that it's going to be spectacular. But yeah, you never know, it may be spectacular. Maybe the garden elves will come out at night and build it for me, but I very much doubt it. But yeah, we want to make it more like a cottage type feel, with all different herbs and wildflowers growing around it, and just a nice seating area so that I can sit back and relax and look at it all and enjoy it. Somebody commented on one of my Facebook posts yesterday saying, have I got a nice seating area? And I've not got a seating area whatsoever to just sit down and chill out and relax, because I've always had too much stuff to do. But hopefully we'll get the allotment plot finished this year, and hopefully then we can start to sit back and relax and enjoy it all and just watch everything grow, and yeah, and enjoy the sunshine. And fingers crossed we do get a hot year again this year, 'cause I don't think last year was too hot, but the couple of years before it was absolutely boiling. We even had a drought and people were struggling for water and everything. Thankfully we've got water taps on our plot, and at night it used to be mental because everybody were queuing up waiting for the water taps. Yeah, we've got wheelie bins to fill up with water, but obviously we've got to fill them up with hose pipes. But yeah, there were a queue for water last year, and that's why I always go on about saying that if you're looking for an allotment, always look for one that's got water points on it, because you never can store enough water. However many water storage containers you've got, you never just save enough water for the allotment, because who knows what sort of year it's going to be, whether it's going to be a drought year or whether it's going to be a rainy year. So yeah, always keep that in mind if you are looking for an allotment. So we will hopefully be back on Monday with another pre-recorded podcast, and then we'll be back to the allotment on Tuesday. So hopefully we'll start having the chats about what we've been getting up to down at the plot and sharing our daily allotment tales, because sometimes they're funny and sometimes we're learning new stuff, and sometimes I'm asking the questions on what I need to do, because like I always say, I don't know everything about gardening. It's always a learning curve for me every single day, but eventually we'll keep on learning. And at the moment I think I've learned everything. I won't have learned everything, because there's always something new with gardening, and this year is all about learning about flowers, so we're on that step at the moment. So I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast. If you are new to this podcast channel, click that follow button, click that subscribe button, and you'll get notified when a new podcast comes up. If you've not listened to his other channel yet, called Garden and Allotment Tips Podcast, check it out. It's a link in the bio, or you can just search Garden and Allotment Tips and it will come up. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. As always, remember, keep smiling, keep gardening, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben's podcasts. So thank you for listening to today's episode of Gardening with Ben. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts. Feel free to share them on your Instagram stories so that it spreads the word about my podcast and we get lots more listeners. Feel free to check out my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram as well, Gardening with Ben, and also my YouTube channel, to stay up to date with all my handy videos, how-to videos, and sharing my tips and advice. And feel free to check the link as well in the description for my Gardening with Ben t-shirts. Lots of funny gardening design t-shirts in there for you to purchase at great prices too. So thanks again, and as always, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening.